Well, the Bible teaches that we're all sinners saved by grace. And I don't, my argument is not that Donald Trump is without sin, because we're all sinners and we all fall short and we all make mistakes. And my argument is not that he's perfect because we're all imperfect. We're all under his grace. But my argument is that for all of his foibles, flaws, and imperfections, and it was not an easy sell, by the way. And this is what the book is really about. How is it that Donald Trump, a thrice married Manhattan billionaire who owned casinos, and had been tabloid fodder for decades, with a life that did not reflect the biblical principles of many believers. How is it that he won the highest share of the vote of evangelical Christians and pro-family, mass-attending Catholics in American history? And the answer, and there's a lot to that story, by the way, including how I got to meet him and know him in 2010 and 2011. I got to know him as a private citizen. We became friends. I had many conversations with him, and there's a lot of that in the book. A lot of behind-the-scenes stories of how this happened. But for the people who didn't get a chance to know him the way I was privileged to, it really boiled down to the fact that on the issues and the values that beat in the heart and give meaning to the souls of tens of millions of Americans, the sanctity of life, religious freedom, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the right to share the gospel without fear of persecution or restrictions, support for the state of Israel. On those things, Donald Trump was not only good, but he has turned out to be a champion. And, I talk in the book about the fact that he may not have won, Mike. We'll never know. It's what historians call a counterfactual. Yep. He may not have won if there hadn't been a vacancy on the Supreme Court, with a court that was evenly divided, 4 liberals, 4 conservatives, because at that point, whatever you thought of Donald Trump, it was either going to be him or Hillary making that and probably multiple other appointments with massive long-term implications for religious freedom, the abortion issue, and many others. So that's how it happened. And, I would argue, and I've got a chapter in the book on this, you can attack Donald Trump's character. Does he say or do things sometimes that I wish he wouldn't say or do? Yeah, he does. And there's an occasional tweet that I wish he hadn't sent. My guess is there are a few that he regrets. But on the big issues, growing the economy, criminal justice reform, standing up for life, he made certain promises. He's kept those promises. And I think Christians were not only justified in supporting him, I think it was a morally correct thing to do.
Slater Crusaders, thanks for watching The First on YouTube. If you want more, like, subscribe. We got plenty.